Hi,
Hi,
I'm Dr. Elmore.
Rachel.
Nice to meet you. How can I help you today?
I don't want to seem pushy, but I need a mammogram. Now.
Can you tell me a little bit more about why?
I haven't found a lump or anything. I just need to get screened so I know I don't have cancer.
Okay, let me sit down and let's talk about this. Cancer screening is a complicated topic. I looked at your medical record before I came in and it says that you're 35 years old, you don't have any family history of breast cancer, no risk factors, correct? Then I would not recommend a screening mammogram today.
Why on earth not?
Breast cancer is something that many of us fear. Many of us have loved ones who've suffered from it. But the truth about screening mammograms is that the benefit is less than we had hoped, and there are real harms, more than people think.
You sound like that human internet comment.
Oh, you must meet Adam. We were just talking with Adam about this at book club.
Dr. Elmore, is that you? How's the family?
Fine, Adam. You can come in.
I'm not looking. Very respectful. Rachel, this is Joanne Elmore. She's a doctor, professor at University of Washington, and an expert on breast cancer screenings.
Adam, I'm over here.
I don't understand. I thought every woman needed screenings, like, constantly.
Yeah, that's what doctors and advocacy groups have told us for decades. In the 80s, the American Cancer Society even ran an ad that said, if you haven't had a mammogram, you need more than your breasts examined.
Wow, that's insulting. Par for the course for the 80s.
But in the last few years, new research has caused some of the recommendations to change.
The American Cancer Society, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, and the American College of Physicians have all recommended getting mammogram screenings less frequently and beginning them later in life. Ah!
Really? Why?
While screening mammograms can and do save lives, the actual number of lives saved, it's much smaller than most people think.
Based on randomized clinical trials, if you took 10,000 women in their 40s, here's how many might die of breast cancer if they didn't get any mammograms for a decade. And here's how many of those same women might die if they did get those mammogram screenings.
Take off your blindfold. They both look the same.
Exactly. There was no statistically significant difference between the women who got the mammograms and the control group.
How can that be? Mammograms find cancer. I have many pamphlets that say that.
Well, they definitely find cancer, but not all cancer is the same. How do you think cancer works?
Well, it starts with one bad cell. It multiplies and spreads, and if you catch it early enough, then you survive. And if you don't, then your friends and family run a 5K every year.
That's what a lot of people think, but the truth is a lot more complicated. Some cancer grows so fast that mammograms can't catch it in time.
This is an awful thing to win!
But some cancers start growing, but then stop before they kill you. And other cancers grow so slowly, they would never have the chance to kill you. Finally, there's the kind of cancer you were thinking of, the kind you hope to catch early.
Yeah, that one hasn't reached the finish line yet. A mammogram could stop it in time.
It might. The problem is, mammograms can't tell the difference between these types of cancer.
I can't tell you apart. You all look deadly to me. I'm gonna treat you all the same.
You're so sexy when you detect cancer.
That is less helpful than I thought. But if there's even a tiny chance it'll save my life, it does seem worth it for a harmless test.
Unfortunately, mammograms aren't harmless. There's a chance the X-ray will show something suspicious when the woman doesn't even have cancer. That's called a false positive. This happens to about 1 out of 10 women, and it can be very stressful.
And the more often you get mammograms, the more likely you are to get a false positive. Over half of women in the U.S. who receive annual mammograms will experience a false positive within a decade.
But, okay, sometimes they do find cancer, right?
In a small percentage of women, yes.
But remember, the screening could just find one of those harmless cancers that would never kill you.
That's what we call overdiagnosis. Estimates are that about 1 in 5 cancers might be overdiagnosed.
That's really high.
Consider the emotional and psychological stress of thinking you have a deadly disease when you don't, or having to tell your loved ones. Those are real harms.
And overdiagnosis can lead to overtreatment. Since mammograms can't tell the difference between these types of cancers, we recommend serious treatments for all of them. And that can result in women getting treatments they don't need.
Some, like chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and mastectomy, take a serious toll on the body.
So you're telling me I could have that lazy cancer that would never have hurt me, but still be told to get chemo?
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Holy crow.
Taken together, given the false positives, overdiagnosis, overtreatment, instead of rushing in to get screening, I want women to weigh all of the data and make an informed choice.
Prostate and thyroid cancer screenings have the same issue, by the way. You know, I used to get my prostate checked twice a week before I found this out.
So what should I do?
If you do feel a lump or an abnormality, please go see your doctor, and if they recommend a mammogram, get one at that time.
Apart from that, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommends talking to your doctor in your 40s about whether you want to start screenings then, and otherwise, they suggest getting them every 2 years, starting in your 50s.
That's when the benefit is more and the harms are less.
I guess I won't get one today then.
There is some good news. Our treatment of breast cancer is so much better than it used to be. The mortality has dropped significantly. And we're able to cure most women with breast cancer regardless of whether the cancer was detected on a screening exam or not.
Thanks, Dr. Elmore.
Hey, Adam here. If you like that, be sure to watch all new episodes of Adam Ruins Everything every Tuesday at 10 on truTV.